Hey everyone, welcome back. And there is no Spitfire this week. There is going to be a Spitfire video, but I got the Spitfire finished Monday, and had a lot of fun. Got that all finished up, and took pictures sent to my client, and very happy. So now the Spitfire has a place of honor until I get done with the Tiger tank, which brings me into this week. Welcome to week 6 on the Tiger tank and week 3 on the Mandalorian. Like I said, I got done with the Spitfire on Monday and did a little bit of work on the Tiger. Then I spent the majority of this week working on the Tiger. I think you might be happy with it. I'm happy with it. Still got a lot of work to do. Got to do the diorama. Got to do the weathering. But I'm happy where the Tiger is looking right now, and so is my client. Also, I did what I call, because I used to be a chef, is a palate cleansing. And what that means is, because of the last, so many weeks of just the Spitfire and then the Tiger and back and forth, I wanted to clean my palate, and I spent all day today just working on Mandalorian and Grogu, and I hope you guys like. So it's getting there. We are still at 442 subscribers, so come on guys, 8 more and I'm going to do that giveaway. But if you are new to my channel, click on the subscribe button, click on the little bell, and know every time I upload. And as always, thank you to all my subscribers. I really warms my heart, and I really appreciate it. And with that, excuse me, sorry. If you have a question on a technique I did, or have a question on why I did it that way, or hey Buck, can you do a video just on this topic, this technique you do, let me know. With that, also I like to hear, hey Buck, nice job, hey Buck, oh boy, or hey Buck, what the frack were you thinking? And yes, I was watching Battlestar the other night. So yes, put that in the comment section. I answer within 12 to 24 hours usually. And also on that note, as I start finishing up these builds, I'm getting some feedback. When I'm doing multiple builds, do the group weekly build video, and then just make video of just the video of the project I'm working on. Just there. Unless it's the only one I'm working on the week, then there's the group video. But yeah. So with that, guys, let's get to the bench and see what I got done. Good morning, Tuesday. Back to work, and I didn't do any work yesterday because on Sunday night after the Super Bowl ended, my daughter and her future husband wanted, basically to say we got to have Melody spend the night with us, and then most of the day yesterday. So yeah, that was priority yesterday. But starting here Tuesday, I did finish the Spitfire and got the camera in hand, but I'm going to rotate it as best as I can so you can see. And yes, the printer is going nuts. So yes, and then see if I can get you in there a little bit better. I'm trying, but yeah. Let's see if I can do it this way for you guys. There we go, a little bit more. And do one more turn. See if I can get that. But yeah, it was great. So yeah, I'm very happy. Turn it over here really quick so you guys can see the bottom. Sorry, she's upside down, but yeah, very happy. So yay! All right, guys, let me a little bit more show and tell. So let me get this put back up on the stand, and I'll be right back. Okay, now time for a little show and tell. So the cape and his rifle are now together and done, weathered up, looking very nice. And got Grogu all done. Now I'm going to do a little bit more dusting on that just to get that. This is a matte clear spray finish. It does do a lot to dull down, but I'm still picking up some of those shines, so I know how to take care of that. But yeah, that's done. And let's see. Got that back part in and started doing that, but I thought you guys might want to check how that looks. See if I can zoom out just a bit. There we go. Very, very, very cool. And then on top of that, I spent a little time. Remember when I told you guys I'm going to do the metal tracks? I found do the metal tracks to help give it a little bit more authenticity, because when I was looking at the T.B.I instructions, they're great. They give you a whole jig and everything, and you're supposed to glue them together, and then just before they get dry, you're supposed to wrap it. And I mean, I get the idea, but yeah. So metal treads, and here we go. And I like how that's going to look on there. I mean, yeah, I still got a lot of work to do, but yeah. And guys, these are one by one. I mean, just one. So let me give you let me get some things set up, and then I'll show you these, how to put them together, and then I'm going to get back to work, because now more time on the Tiger. Yeah, because I got a lot to do for the Tiger and all that. But let me get things set up so you guys can. If you've never used these metal tracks before, they're great. These are out of China. I just can't remember the name of it. I'll look it, research it for you, and get it to you before the end of the week. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I just like that. I mean, yeah, it's gonna definitely be cool. So let me get some things out, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So this is the individual. Oh, sorry, camera work. Individual track. And like I said, very, very cool. So I've never worked with them before, so I actually had to look up and see how these went together. So you put, it's pretty easy. I'm sorry, let me see if I can do this for you guys so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, see if I can get a pointing out. So you see these here. This is basically the hinge, and you basically, come here. Sorry, guys. You basically fit them up, and doing this, because it does take both hands. Okay, get to that point, and then trying to keep them together. I can do it without my tweezers, but then you wouldn't see what I'm trying to do. So, okay. So you see how that just slid in? And you don't have to glue them, and I suggest you don't, because then you won't get the tread turn. But check that out, guys. Let me zoom out just a bit here. There we go. And that's that. Again, just get things lined up, and know the next point where you met up, and sometimes you gotta play a little bit, but yeah, there is that. And yeah, it takes it's not hard. It does take a little bit, because I thought, oh, I can just do the whole thing, and then one-sided, the whole thing. And no, I actually had to break it down in sections. So I'm gonna get back to work on this now, and hope you enjoyed the show and tell. But it's time to get back to work. So when I get more finished, I will be back and share. All right, guys. Well, I have the tracks done, and just gonna go ahead and show you. Now, they're not painted at all, you know that, but I wanted to make sure I had the measurements right, so I got the wheels on. And I mean, come on, guys, that, I know I should put this down, but yeah, that is pretty darn cool, and it gives it a nice little bit of extra more balance weight, so I like that. So yay, that's done. So now I need to get the tracks in some purple cleaner, and get them really good and washed, and get all that factory oil and everything off, and let them dry, and yay. So yeah, so wheels and the tracks are now as long as the wheel stays up. But yeah, darn stuff, I tell you. But yeah, very cool. So let me get these in the cleaner, and I'll be back. Well, good Wednesday morning, and getting back to work. I've already done the bottom side of the tracks, and a couple things before I start this. The metal tracks that I bought, there's 200, give or take, tracks. And for me to do the Tiger, it averaged out, it went from between 95 to 100, or I might have miscounted, but yay, they're done. And so what I'm doing now, guys, is I'm going to do this T.B.I metal primer. And what this does is, I found and learned about it when I do photo etch, and when I paint photo etch, and you guys know when you paint photo etch, that even, just even like your finger goes by and it'll flake the paint off, and you got to repaint and do all that. So what I am doing is this metal primer, and basically all you do, like I said, is I've done the bottom of the tracks, and I'm just going in like this, guys. I mean, nothing real big. The bottom was actually easier because it had that one direction where, you know, I could go that way. And this, I can't. I got to go in between each track. And that's alright. And this stuff does have a bit of an odor to it, guys, just so you know. Be aware. And yeah, that's all I do. And sometimes, you know, you can see where this goes in. And it, but yeah, so this is it. I'm just, you know, another tool in my studio I have, and just like so, guys. I mean, I know I'm just like so, but all right. Here we go. And the printer is almost done. I had to print off a couple more things for the Razor Crest. Reprint a couple things because they weren't exactly what I wanted them to. You know, they weren't at that spot. I will tell you guys, with doing this print on the Razor Crest, anytime like I did a big part of the ship, you know, the hull, I had to make sure I went and re-leveled my printing bed, my plate. So yeah, but hey, there's one track done, and I'm not going to make you sit there and watch me do the next one. So I'm going to get back to work, and I'll come back when I have more to share. Well, good morning. It's Thursday, and I want to show you what I was able to finish yesterday before I had to stop. The one thing I didn't tell you about was how I got that. For Christmas, my in-laws got me a Cricut Explorer 2, so I was able to actually make the mask and get that all cut out. So it worked out very, very, very nice. And then, yes, started adding these guys and got most of the accessories onto the tank, the cables, the mount, and the tools. So there we go, and I'll show you that cable. So now what I'm going to do, because that's pretty much all there is, I'm going to go ahead and give all this a good gloss coat, and then I'm going to start my weathering for the tank itself. And then keep going. Tracks are good. Let's see if I can bring that in for you to see. And yes, it'll be even more weathered once I start doing that, because I want to try to keep it all together when I start doing the weathering and all that, because you try to weather one part and then you start doing another part, they can kind of get a little funky sometimes. And by doing it all together, then I'll make sure I get more of a uniform. But yeah, that's where we're at. So now, like I said, I got a gloss and do a couple of more things before I gloss, and then get going on that, so then I can start working on the figures and the base work buildings I'm doing. But I wanted to share this with you. Just printed that yesterday. The Razor Crest is now done, and that's going to be another video, but I think we know who this guy is. So yes, so I'm doing that, and I was having a little fidgety with my 3D printer. I was like, okay, you've been printing so well for so long, and I re-leveled everything, and it was not doing what it should done. It was still warping and still doing things. So what I did is I took the plate all the way back down, completely down, and then I re-leveled and re-zeroed, or re-leveled it. So, and then when you do the zero, you know, you're supposed to just let the paper go through. You know, you don't feel it grabbing, but you don't, you know. And sometimes when I level the bed, I'll take the nozzle up too high, the extruder, and not realize it, and then that creates another issue. So, but hey, it's doing well now. So that's that. So, yeah, let me get some stuff done, and I'll be back and I'll share what I'm doing. All right, guys. Well, clear coat's done on both parts, and even better, the tracks are on. So yeah, that's pretty fun. And turn it over just so you can see the bottom, guys. And yes, they do move. Trust me on that. Or I'll show you again. It's good. There we go. But yeah, and got the door open, but yeah. So now comes the fun part of getting this girl weathered. But before I really get into that, I've got the figures. I got upstairs another pack getting washed and ready to go. 2 of them, and then the Tiger Commander there. So that's where we're at, and show you another little thing. Forgive the clamps. Let me zoom out here. See if I can do this without doing anything. But here is the 2 mid sections to the Razor Crest, and then yeah. So I cannot wait. But yes, got it clamped, getting it dry in place, and then you know the work afterwards. Just getting a bunch of pre-built stuff done, so I can when I get ready to go into it, hey, all gears are going. But yeah, not too shabby so far for the day. I'm really happy that is now finished. Well, finished to the point of build. Now I just got to start weathering it. But yeah, I'm happy about that, and yay, fun, right? So yeah, next comes the weathering process, and then from there we'll start working on the diorama and everything for this, and yeah. But let me see. What am I thinking? Gonna let this get dry. Gonna put the Tiger in a safe spot for now, and then see what I can get done. So when I figure out what I'm doing next, I'll come back and share with you. Well, good morning, Friday, and back to work. And since the Tiger's well done, except for adding the figures and the weathering, and the Spitfire's done, I'm gonna do a little more painting now on the Mandalorian, just to take a break from the other builds, just to get my mind back set for them, because next up for the Tiger is the diorama and the figures. So I'm just taking a little breather and working on this. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing some detail painting, getting a lot of that done, and yeah, and then go back on this and finish the other side pouch, and then get some of the touch-ups I need to do, and then I'm going to give it a spray, and then go from there and see what else needs to be done. But that's what I'm working on today. And yes, I still have to paint the base, but that's what I'm working on right now today. Just like I said, just taking a bit of a little break, just to reset my mind on the other builds. It's not that it doesn't need reset. It's just sometimes, guys, it's, you know, it's a good idea sometimes just to put a kit you're really working hard on down and do something else, just to get your mind out of that oh my gosh mode. So that's where I'm at right now, guys. So as I get more done, I will come back and I will share. Alright, well, got some most done, let things get dry, and now I'm ready to go get the Mandalorian into the booth and get that nice gloss coat on, clear coat, so I can start doing more. But there we go. Not bad. I know these are more orange than what I see in the show. but I'm going to be able to take care of that with weathering, but not too shabby. Got a lot of the touch-ups done. There's still going to be more touch-ups, but yeah. So Mando's ready for his gloss coat. Reprimed the base, and I'm going to start on that next. But I thought I would share, because I forgot to this morning, is I got the next 2 prints out and kind of semi-cleaned them up, but thought you'd like to see that. And then without the helmet, not bad. With the helmet, this is probably what I'm going to go with. This is how I know Boba Fett. I mean, I can do both ways, but this is how I'm going to go with Boba Fett. Now, the other great thing about the print file is we know this is actually this. Let me see if I can get it up there. That little emblem we know is basically flat. But the great thing is now I can sand it down and still be able to take care of that. But still got clean up, and like I said, there's that. So getting a bunch more printed off. But yeah, not a bad rest day, or not a bad re-getting my brain there with, trying to get Mando finished up here. Don't know if I'm going to, but I'm sure as heck going to try. But yeah, so that's where it is right now, guys. So when I get started on the base, I'm going to share that with you, and go get Mando in to get his shine on. So I will return shortly. Okay, guys, I'm getting set up. So the first thing I'm going to do is resume the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. Let me try this real quick. See if that helps a little bit more. Sometimes it's always like relining. Now it's hard with the white paper towel and the black to see the detail. But there's the rocking. You can see how the person that designed this, you got rock, you got grassland. You basically do however you want. But I'm going to go ahead and get the base down for the rock, and then I'll get the base down for the grassy field, the stuff like that. So what I'm going in with first is, I'm going in with Tamiya Sky Gray. Just a bit more. Might be a little too thick. Okay. Now where there's going to be rock, I definitely want to get a good base on it. But also, I don't want to try to fully saturate it, because this black is the sandable primer from Rust-Oleum. I found I like a lot with these prints. So again, it's just, you don't want to take too much away, and don't worry about if it's like, oh my god, that was, that's ground, what am I supposed to do? And yeah. So, and then always have a nice little one of these just to wipe that tip down, in case when you start seeing the spray like that, it means there's paint, a bubble kind of, or overflow. And then just kind of like so, guys. Like I said, I'm not real worried about getting it on the ground that I'm going to do, because 90% of this is rock. So I just want to make sure I'm representing that well, and with a little bit of grass cover or fill cover, whatever it is. And like I said, I'm not trying to I want that black to help shadow. I want it to help get those little bitty areas that sometimes can't. And like I said, don't worry if you don't get it. You don't have to get it, oh my god, it has to be, this and this, and no. But also, don't forget to go around where the rock is, like right there with the base. Make sure you get that. And I'll just do another overall blending coat just to help hit the highlights a little more. And as you can see, it doesn't really take away, because I'm not trying to coat it all in this color. It's giving that nice little bit more of an effect. And then, let's see, make sure I get down here good. And that's where I'm going to be, where where I'm going to leave it for the rock. I don't, like I said, I don't want to take too much away of the shadowing. So there we go. So quick, easy, huh? For that part, yeah. All right, let me get the brush cleaned, the airbrush cleaned, and then I'll go in and undo this. So give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. All right, brush is clean and reloaded. Now I'm going to do the base for the ground area. And I'm not going to be worried if there's any overspray into the rock or nothing, because that's just going to help enhance that detail. So let's see here. So I'm using Tamiya XF64 Red Brown to do a base color for the ground, and then I'll add on to it. And again, I might go a little darker with this because it is red brown. It's a little darker, and it helps. I don't want it to get lost in all the paint. So, oops. That's rock. That's rock. But like I said, I'm also not worried if I overspray onto the rock, because heck, you know, what the heck? Because then I can just, you know, dry brush back over and do what I need to there. But just to help give it a little bit of that enhancement. So yeah, it's yeah, I like doing it. You know, this is fun. This is, you know, the painting and getting in the fun. Not so, you know, because even doing the base and all that. But well, my hands are dry, fingers are dry. So there's the first two bases onto the first two base colors onto the base. Let me rephrase that. So now, great thing with airbrushing is you still need to let it dry, but it doesn't take near as long as if you're brushing down paint. So, yay. But, alright, let me get this cleaned up, or get the airbrush cleaned up, and then Mando's still over there drying, but hey, we're getting there. I'm getting there, and you're following with me, so I will return. Okay, it's dried enough, so now I'm going to go back and do some more on the rock. And now what I'm going to do is dry brushing. And I'm going to go start with an XF20, that's a medium gray. Make sure I have a couple paper towels here to do this. Just in case. Always keep towels, right? Okay. Again, like I said, I'm just going to dry brush. I don't want to overdo it, you know. Because like I said on other things, you can always add to, but sometimes you can never take away. So make sure it's really good and dry, and then just pick a spot, guys. I mean, and just like so. I mean, I'm not going nuts, as you can tell. I'm just allowing the brush to hit the points it wants to hit. Just kind of like so, guys. Yep, just, you know, get back in and just, you know, let that brush do what it wants to do. And if you happen to go into like, oh my god, there's some of that paint was still wet, like the red brown I used, that's okay. I mean, it helps tie it all together to me to a point. I mean, I let this dry pretty good, you know, for a little bit, but then, oh crap, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, I should have left it longer. And make sure you're not afraid to pick it up, so you can definitely make sure that you're getting where you want to. just kind of like that, guys. Just keep working your way around. Oh, see? Now that was too much. It's okay, because that's why I have another dry clean brush to help with that to a point. And if the flat brush isn't doing, you know, this angular flat brush isn't doing what you want, don't be afraid to go get another brush. Try another brush. Because sometimes it helps. As you can kind of see, this bigger, wider brush is definitely getting that highlight a lot better, a lot more. And this was probably the one I should have started off with, right? And yeah, come back in here and just have a little fun playing around with it. The great thing about dry brushing, you know, you're trying to create an effect, but the great thing about it is sometimes what you feel is this, oh my gosh, that just completely ruined my build, or, you know, what I was doing. Sometimes it's good. I've thought that before on when I was doing things, and especially dry brushing, I thought, oh my god, I got too much paint on there. And I was getting ready to go and get it all cleaned and restart again and paint the base color back down, and then the more I got to look at it, the more I was like, oh, wait a second, this isn't too bad. So don't you know, get too upset if it's like, oh my gosh. Let it, you know, that's also why you put a gloss coat. I do a lot when I go to do weathering and stuff like that, like decals. I put down that gloss protective coat, because if I do overdo it and I mess it up, then I have that protection that's glossed, so I can just take a damp, or, you know, a pretty good damp paper towel and or Q-tip if it's a small area. Then I can just go back in and just wipe it down and start over again. So sometimes it's not a bad idea to, you know, mess up sometimes. But, okay, that is now where I want it, and now we're gonna let that get good and dry. And this time, yeah, get good and dry, because the effect's great, but it's still just a little damp. I mean, if my brush is picking up a little bit of the red on the paint, then I need to let it dry just a bit more. So, alright guys, well, I gotta let this get dry, so I will return. Alright guys, I did some more dry brushing, and let me show you. So this is a dark yellow I used to help start giving some definition to the little bit of grassland. And then I went with flat white and dry brushed that to give it a little more oomph. So I'm very happy with those right now. Still want to do some more on that, but on the grassland. But I gotta let this start drying a lot better. I gotta let it get all the way dry before I do any more. But I did want to share. And Mando's not quite finished yet either. But see if I can zoom out here for you guys. Don't worry, I'll get the camera done later, but let's do it this way. Alright, so after I gloss coated, I went, and after it was all good and dry, I went with my T.B.I panel line, and I bathed him in it. And then I let it sit for a little bit, and then I wiped it off. But yeah, it helps give a little bit more definition. And I mean, there's still more I'm going to do, but the really neat thing is, hey, his arms are on. His head's on. Wish he'd stay on the base, but it's getting there. But yeah, so that's where he's at. And it's not bad. A good day today just to, like I said, take a break from the Tiger tank and all that got done greatly on it this week. I was very happy with where I'm at on that. So yeah, but yeah, so it was a good little break to start getting more done on Mando. And let me see, I'm not gonna put it in there yet. I might have to hold him, because yeah, you see, he likes to do that. But let's see if I can get it to its spot right there. Oop. Guess I'm gonna have to go like this. Maybe. I thought I was going to be able to do it this way. Sorry guys. Having one of those kind of moments. Give me just a second. But I'll get it a bit better. But that's basically how Grogu's going to be there. Just kind of like that. So, yay! So as soon as I get done doing all the weathering on Mando, I can get Grogu in a spot. So give me a second. Let me see if I can see what else I can get done before I have to call it a day. Okay guys, well this is where I'm going to have to end it for today so I can get the video up. So I ended up having to take Mando's helmet and his cape off so I could get Grogu, let's see if I can, sorry guys, get that in the right spot. And come up front here if I can, you can see it, but not bad. I mean, I'm really happy. Mando's turning out great. I still got more to do, a little bit more things to do, like on the, not things, but a little more weathering and then finish doing up the base. But yeah, and then also this week, got the Tiger all put together. It's not weathered yet, trust me, it is not weathered at all yet, but got it put together and got those metal tracks in that I showed you guys earlier. Very fun. And then, yes, started Monday with the Spitfire is now finished. So, yay. Let's see if I can get around it here a little bit better. Try to share that with you guys. So, excuse me, sorry. So not a bad week at all, really. Nothing wrong with it. It was a good week. Very happy how the Spitfire turned out. Very happy how the Tiger's coming out so far. And very happy how Mando, and sorry, forgot to give Grogu his close-up. But I'm very happy with how this is all coming out. So with that guys, have a happy, safe weekend. Have a happy and safe week next week. And I'll see you back here on the bench.